Greetings, all. I am Burger coming to you from the bunker. So, today let's talk about just getting started. Just do it. The other day I was talking to a friend of mine. He does live on the East Coast. He lives in a heavily populated area, urban area of the East Coast of the United States. And we were talking about, different scenarios. And he wanted to kind of think through, several bug out situations perhaps where he would make his way to where I'm located, more in flyover country in the central part of the United States. And I could tell that he was getting pretty discouraged by several of the scenarios that we talked about. It just always seemed almost overwhelming, some of the things that possibly he would have to overcome in order to get out of, an urban environment, cross a large expanse of country, and maybe get to an area where there were maybe fewer folks, and if it was a regional situation where he could get away from whatever was occurring in his area. And I didn't want that thought process really to be that discouraging to him, because I felt like maybe it's going to impede him from actually getting started on prepping. So whether you're a prepper or not, there's things that you need to be doing that I believe everyone needs to be doing, and they don't need to cost a lot of money. But things just like having a working pantry, having enough food in your house, for a few days, if there is a disruption in services where you're not in a panic situation, and perhaps you can help those around you, your neighbors, and whatnot. Additionally, you need to have a savings account. It's amazing how many people don't have savings put away, some types of savings. If you know an event is coming, you need to have the ability to put your hands on a little bit of cash to top off your supplies. Additionally, that's just a good idea anyway, just for the unexpected things. Vehicle breaks, you have a problem with your home, apartment, whatnot. You need to have a little bit of savings. So just some common sense things like that are your first steps. But I do strongly believe everyone should have a 72-hour kit. As an example, here in like I said, flyover country, even this week we've had some pretty severe flooding. Had a pretty tough winter. A lot of snowpack, a lot of ice. It's been very cold. That's starting to melt. The rivers are starting to overflow. Had a lot of rain, and then we had a blizzard come through. Extremely high winds. Folks are losing livestock. The rivers are flooding. We've had, even where I live, where it's not that bad actually, had several people that needed to be rescued out of rising waters. They became trapped on roads, highways, and then their homes when the water came up very quickly. Uh, Along with that, electricity, the power's going off, and then people are becoming isolated because roads have become impassable. So, 72-hour kits, just really your bare basics. If something were to happen, either where you need a shelter in place and or leave your house or apartment, you need a bag that will help you keep you safe, snug as a bug, and also help you help those around you, your family, your neighbors, and whatnot. For short time periods. That's a lot less overwhelming. So here's an example. I'm going to be doing another kit here, and just kind of got started with, but I had a few examples of things. If you're not doing a lot of bushcrafting, and this is something you've not done before, just get a backpack, and it doesn't have to be a real strong, sturdy backpack. It can be, very inexpensive. Obviously, if you're more into this and you're doing a lot of bushcrafting, the better backpack, more comfortable you get, is better. But your first one doesn't have to be all that expensive. So get some kind of carrying equipment, a backpack, some type of thing that you can put stuff in. And here we have our basics. So as preppers, we like redundant systems. So yeah, I'm going to throw in a little bit of water here, but I've got a redundant system. I've got a filtration system, a life straw, so got a couple ways to get water. Throw in a little bit of food. This has got very good shelf life. It's very light to carry. I'm going to throw in some granola or Cliff Bars. Got a flashlight, a couple things, a couple different things of light, a little flashlight, and I've also got a light stick. I'm going to throw in a couple light sticks. Those come in pretty handy. They're pretty inexpensive. You need some equipment. Throw in a good knife, probably a multi-tool, maybe a folding saw if you come across one of those. Probably need a small radio to keep informed. Have a little bit of gear. Is if you've seen my videos before, I love my ponchos. High utility, multi uses, can keep you dry off the ground, keep you dry if you're walking around. You can use it as a tarp. Put it over your stuff, keep your stuff dry. You can just do a lot of things with ponchos. Additionally, I'm probably going to pick up a fairly cheap, small basic first aid kit, and I'm going to supplement that with my preferences. I like things like throw in stuff that can be used for a tourniquet, and I probably throw in an Israeli bandage to stop bleeding and whatnot. Got some candles. I'm going to throw in a lighter, maybe a book of matches as well. But none of this stuff is very expensive, and if you do have a very short term, 24, 48, 72-hour disruption in services, just this is the basics, and if nothing else, if you're good to go in your location, but you got family or friends, neighbors that maybe need some water or whatnot, need some candles, you've got it with you. Additionally, if you throw it in a backpack, if you do need to leave your home, what if your home is flooded, or you've got a fire, earthquake, something where you do need to bug out, hurricane, then you're very mobile. You can grab this very quickly. You've got at least one kit where everything's together. You can pick it up and go. So, viewers, subscribers, give me your thoughts on getting started. We don't want this to be overwhelming. The longest journeys always start with the first step. So tell me what you think. Tell me what you're doing. What did I do good here? What could be improved? That's the most important thing. And as always, this is I Am Rugged coming to you from the bunker. Let's be careful out there.